Hello everybody and welcome back to Screen Stars. I have another Halloween horror movie review for you today, and it is 2017's The Evil Within. Now this has got quite an interesting story connected to it, this movie. It actually began production in 2002, finished production in 2008. There were many issues, including legal issues with this movie apparently. And apparently the director became obsessed with the edit and was editing the movie right up until his death in 2015. And it was completed and released this year. A fascinating story, and I did wonder while watching this movie because it's got in it Sean Patrick Flanery and Dina Meyer. And when I checked up on IMDb and I looked how old, I always sometimes check up the actors on IMDb when they're in movies and stuff. And Sean Patrick Flanery is 52 now, and I looked at him in this movie and I'm thinking, my God, he's doing well for his age. But in actual fact, if they started filming this in 2002, he would have been a much younger man. So, fascinating story behind this movie. It really, really is, and it was obviously a passion project for the director, and unfortunately, he didn't manage to see the finished product. But what do we get with this finished product? Well, a very interesting horror movie, I have to say. Bonkers and bizarre in a lot of ways. Very freaky imagery and visuals. Disturbingly so at times. But one of the most original horror movies that I think I've seen for a long, long time. And this story basically focuses on the lead character who, at the beginning of the movie, we meet him in his dreams as a young man, and it's this whole sequence of you don't know if he's dreaming or awake, and there's all of this scary horror imagery, um, and he wakes up, and in actual fact, we learn that out of his dreams, he's actually a chap with learning disabilities, autism, I suspect, and he's looked after by his brother, played by Sean Patrick Flanery, and Dina Meyer is Sean Patrick Flanery's girlfriend. Um, he has quite challenging behaviours, this chap, and Sean Patrick Flanery is struggling to look after him. For some bizarre reason, he puts this mirror in his room. He doesn't like it, this chap with disabilities, because this is the mirror he keeps seeing in his dreams. And then almost immediately, his reflection starts talking to him, in a kind of a different voice, different personality, and starts convincing him to do despicable things, killing people, and this keeps escalating and escalating all the time. He does try and fight against it, but they keep taking over his dreams again. There's this evilness, and he can't get out of this circle of killing. And they even managed to convince him that he has to start killing people closer to him in his life. And then Sean Patrick Flanery's character starts wondering why everybody they know is turning up missing or dead or all that kind of stuff. So it just keeps escalating and escalating to this bizarre, freaky conclusion that I'm obviously not going to spoil. So that is the kind of the story that we're getting. It's quite hard to explain, and the reason it's quite hard to explain is simply because because it's been in production for so long and it's probably been through so many edits. The first two parts of this movie I think are fantastic. Like I said, the visuals, the acting, the guy that plays the guy with disabilities does a fantastic job, and I've worked with people with disabilities for a long, long time, and I think he does a stellar job here. Very, very good performance, both as the character with disabilities and his alter ego, the one that's talking to him. Does a very, very good job. Sean Patrick Flanery and Dina Meyer are very good. I think the direction is very good. The last quarter of this picture is a bit of a mess, and it's clear this is suffered through its long production process and re-edits and probably reshoots and all that kind of stuff. The last part of this movie is a bit of a struggle to follow, and it's a bit of a mess. But still thrown in there are some of the strangest visuals you'll ever see, and I've ever seen in a horror movie or any movie. Really bizarre visuals. So it's not a complete failure at the end, but it's obvious to see that. all the tinkering over the years has taken its toll on this movie. But this movie has come out of nowhere for me. I just saw it. I'd never seen a trailer or anything. I watched it, not knowing what it was about, not knowing anything about it, and I was really, really taken back as to how much I enjoyed this movie. Yeah, it does have its issues. I mean, the three main performances are very good, like I've said, but everybody else in the movie, the acting is of a much lower standard, I have to say. There's a couple of cops that turn up in the movie that my 11-year-old son could have acted better than them, I think. But I think this is a really intriguing and interesting horror movie, and I'm really glad I watched it. And I think it's a little bit of a find, this. So if you're looking for something a little bit different to watch this Halloween, go for it.